Hi, I'm Jess. I'm the COO of Kava, and today we're going to be talking about the myths and rumors around Kratom and the truth and facts of what we really know. So if you've ever been curious about it, if you want to learn, now is your time. Stick around, watch the rest of this video, and we'll tell you everything we know. Debunking the myths and rumors. Is it going to look ridiculous with all my pillows behind me from that angle? Just look quite something to think about. So a little history on Kratom. Kratom comes from an evergreen tree in Southeast Asia, and it's been used for thousands of years, traditionally by farmers or field workers to help with pain, energy, heat endurance, a whole myriad of things. So they used to keep the leaves in their pockets and then chew the leaves throughout the day to help them get through their day. Today, though, we experience it in a whole different way. We keep it as natural as you traditionally can, except instead of the chewing leaves, we're just brewing it into a tea. But it is just a loose leaf tea. But today we use it to help with anxiety. We still use it to help with pain. We use it as a social gathering, and we use it as an alternative for harsher products like alcohol. So a lot of the people that come to these bars used to drink, not everyone, but some people, and now they have this new space with this new product that their body isn't relying on in that same way, where it's a lot safer for them to hang out and build a lot more meaningful relationships. So myths that I have personally experienced, I've been going to Kava bars for like 9 years, I want to say, and the first time I started going, I kind of really it really got me, and I loved it, and I kept going, and now it became a regular, and then I started working in it. So I've been heavily involved in the Kava and Kratom community for quite a while, and I've heard and seen a lot of things. Some of the myths that I hear the most have to do with addiction to it and comparing it to opioids, which I can understand the relationship to opioids that people are tying it to, because Kratom attaches to the same molecule in the brain as endorphins, which also happens to be the same molecule that opioids attach to. It's your mu-opioid receptor. So when you drink Kratom, it processes in your liver, and then it sends those Kratom alkaloids, mitragynine, up to the brain, and it connects to those receptors. Opioids blanket cover those receptors. Kratom is not nearly as strong. Where a huge misconception comes from is what we are starting to understand more and more, and there's starting to be more study about it, more laws about it, is 7-OH, which is a synthetic version of Kratom, and it's very commonly marketed as Kratom. It's not. Florida has officially recognized it as not being Kratom, but it's that synthetic that is comparable to opioids. It's actually 10 to 20 times stronger than morphine. But Kratom tea itself is nothing to be afraid of. Even the Florida Surgeon General said our war is not with Kratom, it's with the synthetics, because the synthetics are what's causing addiction. It's what's causing withdrawals, and it's what's causing people to be hospitalized. So Florida has actually banned all 7-OH products. Okay, so I want to talk about the scientific research that we know has happened and is going on right now. So schools like the University of Florida, University of Washington, Johns Hopkins are all doing research on Kratom right now, along with other companies, pharmaceutical companies that are also doing their research. But we know that this is happening, and their data is still coming out. Until this point, there has been research, but they haven't been able to find things that prove these myths to be true. So a huge myth, terrible on the liver. They haven't been able to prove that. They have been able to prove that the synthetic 7-OH is. But Kratom tea itself, they haven't been able to prove. So they gave up that research and they're moving on. We've heard over and over again that it's very habit forming, that it's addictive. What they have found is that it's only mildly addictive. And you have to remember that Kratom is a part of the coffee family. The way I always compare it and the way I feel about it, and I've been drinking it for years, and I don't need to drink it, I choose to. It's about that same draw that I get when I don't get that coffee, or that thing that picks me up, or if you're really big into exercise and you get that endorphin rush and you're craving that next rush, even that is addiction. That's a stronger form of addiction, of craving, needing it. Today, I didn't have any Kratom at all, and I was going to the store, and I was driving past the store, and I thought, oh, should I stop by and get a drink? And I said no, because if I go in there, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna start talking to all my friends, and I'm not gonna be able to leave. So I went to the store, I came back, and by the time I got here, I sat down, started talking to all my friends. For forgot to even get a drink. I wasn't drawn to coming here for the drink. I was drawn to come here because of the relationships. And that's something that you experience a lot of in the bar. People that I know that do have some sort of stronger dependency, it's important to be self-aware of what it is that you're craving, what it is that you're missing. There's a lot of people that I know that get the really sugary drinks and they say, I need to cut back. And now they're going through withdrawals and they're having cravings. Is it the tea or is it the sugar or is it both? And you have to think about those types of things too. And we can't just lump it all into this one factor of it's the tea, it's Kratom that I'm withdrawing from. But you were consuming a lot of sugar and now you're not. And sugar is one of the most addictive things that you can have. I know because I've been addicted to sugar before. With the dependency, the stronger the tea or the stronger the product you are consuming increases the strength of that tendency or habit to that product. So if you're somebody that's getting like the strongest extracts, whether or not it's 7-OH, but you're getting the strongest forms of this and you start consuming it more and more, yes, you're gonna have a bit more of an addiction to it. If you were drinking espresso all day, you're gonna have a strong caffeine addiction. It's not like heroin is the best way to put it, because that's what people are comparing it to. They're comparing it to opioids, heroin, morphine, and these harsh drugs. And the withdrawals that you're gonna have is gonna be similar to that, when in fact, Kratom is used to help ease withdrawals in people withdrawing from drugs like heroin or opioids, and they can taper down the Kratom and taper off of the withdrawals. It actually helps them with that. It's not causing the withdrawals, it's not adding to the dependency, it's actually tapering them off, and you can taper the level of Kratom or how you're consuming it as well to where you don't need it. It's not like these hard drugs. Like my mom works in a hospital, and I don't know if I can say this part. She works in an ER. Every now and then, it's not often, but every now and then I'll get a text or a phone call that someone is in the ER that had Kratom in their system and they overdosed. That is incredibly rare. It is incredibly rare. And I always ask her what else was in their system. What else were they consuming? What type of Kratom? Do you know where they got it? Because that is always going to play a huge part as well. Going to a place that's trusted, like a Kava bar, where they've done their research, they're buying trusted product from trusted distributors. It's always going to be safer to drink in that environment. When you're buying it from a place like a gas station or a smoke shop, and you're buying a bag and you're making it at home, and the instructions on how to make it aren't clear because there's no clear instructions on how to make it, it's not always safe to drink, even if you get good product, because no one's going to tell you how to do it correctly. All of that is a factor. A lot of those products have a lot of additives. They're not always clean, and you're not always going to know which ones are and which ones aren't because you're not sending it off to get tested. Where the products, bars like ours, get their product, it's tested. There are lab results along with the products to know that it's clean, to know it's safe to consume. And until recently, again with research and 7-OH and all these myths, it all lines up with the discovery of what 7-OH does and the separation of that synthetic from the actual tea itself, where 7-OH is a natural part of the tea, but it's tiny, very, very small. And it works with every other alkaloid in the tea, and they work as buffers. So it's not damaging, it's not gonna hurt you. It's when they pull that out and they synthesize it and they make it the strongest version of it, and you're getting products that are 20, 40%, even 100% 7-OH is like 30 times stronger than morphine. It's crazy. But they're pulling it out and they're making it super, super strong. And then they're selling it at these gas stations in little bottles or mixed in with packets. And that's where we're seeing the people going to the hospital. We're seeing the people that are having addiction. We're seeing the people that switched from one vice to that vice, and now they can't stop. The amount that's in the tea is natural. It works with the other alkaloids to buffer out the negative parts of it, and there's not nearly enough to give you any of those effects. There's just not. I still feel like a lot of people are going to watch this video and kind of argue that I don't know what I'm talking about because I've been drinking this stuff for like 9 years. I don't have to drink this stuff. Before I started drinking Kava, I was drinking alcohol very regularly. Felt like shit, looked like shit, and I had no meaningful relationships. And then when I found this community, This tea is what brought us together, but we stay together for each other. There are people that come here that don't drink it, but this is where all their friends are. And to me, this has always just kind of helped me be a little more social. I'm a pretty quiet person. I'll go years before I ever really have a conversation with someone, but I can have this and I feel comfortable and I'm not inebriated and I can talk more freely with the people around me, and I'm not gonna say anything I regret. I'm not gonna forget what I said, and I'm actually gonna end up building these better relationships to now I come here to see my friend. If I had a dependency on the product itself, I would have graduated past this point a long time ago. I would have moved on to those stronger products. I would be getting it delivered. I'd be getting it from the closest shop to my house. But I don't have that need, that dependency to make it stronger, make it work faster, make the effects last longer, or I need it now, because it doesn't have that kind of strength. And I can talk and talk and talk, because I have for years, about how it's a huge misconception. But until you try it for yourself, you might not ever fully believe me. But I've watched people come in here afraid to try it because of these rumors. And we sit there and we have these conversations, and all the Kava tenders here and other employees, even customers, will sit there and talk to this person and make them comfortable. And once they try it, they realize it was never anything they thought it was, because they knew it in this whole other context by people that had never done it before, had never drank it before. And then I've watched people start drinking alcohol less and start doing these other harmful things less and less, until some people completely stop drinking. I haven't had a drink in over 2 years myself. Another problem that really comes into play with this is when you're drinking this tea, you can't drink alcohol. And a lot of people, when they're first starting out, they don't understand that and don't see the harm in having a tea and then having wine a little bit later, or having some beers with their friends, or just grabbing something and then drinking it on their way to a restaurant and then having a few drinks at dinner. They can't work together because they're both processed in the liver at the same time. And everything that we've heard about it being super harmful on the liver, they haven't been able to find that it actually is. Because we heard the same thing about Kava, and then it turned out Kava might actually be beneficial for your liver. But we know it's bad when alcohol is processing through your liver. And that's because alcohol is a poison that your body is trying to flush out, where this is not a poison. So now your body's trying to flush out this poison, but also send the alkaloids from the tea up to your brain at the same time. That's not gonna go good. That's not gonna go well for anybody. And that's when I've heard a lot of stories of people getting sick from it. And then they go and tell their friends that it made them sick. And then they tell their friends that their friend tried it and they got sick. Keep it separate. Keep it separate. Eat some food beforehand. Drink it slowly. You don't chug it. It's not something you drink fast. It's something you sip on, and your body will be fine. So if I can stress anything about this topic, is do your research. So know the difference between Mitragyna speciosa and 7-hydroxymetrogeny. That's a lot of big words, I know, but if you're doing your research and you're doing your part to learn more, they might use the full term and not just say Kratom or 7-OH or synthetic. So it's good to know the terms. But yeah, know the difference. Do your research. Don't quit looking. A lot of the times when you're gonna start Googling, you're gonna start looking things up, you'll see news articles, not even a report, a news article from years ago with an opinion about it. All these things that people are saying. Look for the research. Look for up-to-date research. Go to a Kava bar, do your research, find a good trusted Kava bar in your area, and you can tell when you're looking on their social media or looking online if they know what they're talking about. Go into the bar. If you're not comfortable, leave. But if the people in there are friendly and knowledgeable, trust them. Don't get caught up in all of these misconceptions and scary stories that we've all heard, because we don't know what products actually hurt some people, because the research is only just now being done and Kratom is just now being separated from its harmful synthetic. But I always encourage everybody to do as much research as they can, be knowledgeable, know what you're doing, be self-aware, know what you're putting into your body, find sources that you can trust, and try something new and stay open-minded. Be open-minded. So yeah, be open-minded. If you liked anything about this video, have any questions about this video, want to learn more, or did learn something, let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to learn more and see our journey in this community. We post every Monday and Thursday. We also have Instagram and TikTok, which will also link below, so you can check us out there. I'm Jess Noom. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.